a person who has the need and they find it amazing to fix somebody that's broken could potentially not feel or have the same value for that person once they're fixed, because their love
Ooh, that's so
is
true.
fixing.
Yes.
So I can't treat you with the same love when you're fixed and whole versus when you're broken, because I find you being broken amazing.
That is so profound what you just said. That is
Thank
profound as hell.
That's like Sean. Like, I agree 100% because when the project is over, then what?
Then what?
When you build a building, that's like them Disney movies when they take the key and they like do these little makeovers and they try to make them popular, right? And then when they're popular, they're no longer friends anymore because all the fixing is done. So now they get different friends.
Yeah.
Because now I can't get my need met.
Yep.
I have this emotional need, and there's a book I read that is amazing, called His Needs, Her Needs. And in this book, I've read it 3 times, but I realized something, that when relationships fail, right? So let's say we're in a relationship, right? I was looking at Rico, but I wasn't gonna say we was in a relationship. No.
Thank you.
Y'all see why I turned? We in a relationship, right? So in our relationship, what the relationship essentially is an unwritten contract that says, I am going to meet your emotional need. That's what the unwritten contract. And y'all ever notice how when the relationship go awry, what'd you say? They ain't meet my needs no more. They're not meeting my needs, right? And so this unwritten contract simply says that if you and I are in a relationship, my goal is to attempt to meet your emotional need. When the person ceases to believe that you want to meet their emotional needs, you know what they say? I'm out.
Yeah,
That's what they say. Because now whether it's real or imaginary, they believe that you no longer want to meet their needs. Now, the problem with that is the other person may not even know what your needs are. And if you've never communicated what those needs are, how can they know?
you can't.
How can they know?
Absolutely.
That's just my thing.
So my perspective is exactly yours. And that was actually going to be my question to you is, what does that person, the person who needs that validation, what is their work? Because they're looking for something, and I want to read this, but I want to ask the question first. Like, they're looking for something. They're looking for the validation or what have you, but what is the work that they need to do to fill that void that makes them desirous of having to fix other people? You know, because they're just looking like, oh, I'm a good person. I want to help. I'm a capture save a hole, blah, 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 you know, like.
Yo.
But I'm just saying.
Stayed at the table, baby. I'm a captain. We are.
Because we can obviously, or we can identify what's wrong with a broken person, but we don't know what's wrong with that other person who wants to help, who is obviously broken as well, but they don't identify themselves as broken.
True. Are you asking me?
No, that's just the question.
Okay.
Marinate 1 second.
All right.
But I'm going to read this real quick. It says a rescuer complex, also known as a savior complex or white knight syndrome, is a psychological condition that causes people to feel compelled to help vulnerable people. People with rescuer complexes may seek out people they think need help, sacrifice their own personal needs to help others, believe they're better than others because they help people. They're emotionally dependent on the people that they're trying to help. They feel good about themselves only when helping others. So there's that validation piece that you were talking about. And they believe helping others is their purpose, and they often become burnout trying to fix others.
You know, when I saw the prompt, I did think about the complex that we talked about last week, but it wasn't called rescue complex. What was it called? It's
Similar.
Yeah.
Probably the same definition.
So just given, you know, these characteristics, my question is, that person is obviously, they're deficient in some way.
Yeah.
And if there's someone out here that we can connect with, how do we identify? I wouldn't want someone to know, how do you identify the fact that, oh, you think everybody else broke, you want to help them, but in fact, there's something that you're...
Something about you that makes you want to help.
Exactly.
Want to fix.
Or fix people,
Yeah.
Well,
So I just want to make sure you're done.
No,
So we're all broken in some form or another. And what I mean by broken, I don't mean because healing is a lifetime, right? And we all want to be better versions of ourselves. There are pieces of all of us. Now, the difference with the people, some of us reflect and say we need to get better, and some of us don't. See, the thing is, we all need to get better in some area of our life, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a process that I go through, all right? And the first process is self-reflection. Self-reflection is when I look at me and I look at how I ended up where I am. How do I have these thoughts? What is it about me? And then once I self-reflect, I become self-aware. Self-aware is, oh, this is what I do. This is why I do it. And then the third part is I develop a new self-concept. A self-concept is the picture I have about me, okay? Now, this is what, and to answer your question, I'll go back. And then the fourth stage is self-acceptance. The problem is this, is some people who are doing these things are unwilling. If you ask them, they're unwilling to self-reflect. They think just because I'm helping other people, ain't shit wrong with me. Okay? And so, but when you self-reflect of why I do this, then you become self-aware, then you realize my self-concept, the picture I have of myself is not based on me. It is based on the things that I do. Get this, y'all. Get this. Now, who you are will always outlive what you do. But how many of us base our self-concept on what we do? I got a Cullinan out there. I got a Rolls Royce. I make this amount of money. Now, what happens when all that goes away? Now my self-concept is altered. It's fucked up. Now my self-concept is not based in anything valuable because I attached it to what I do or what I have. And that's what I try to get people to do. That let's separate you from what you do. Because if I wasn't Coach Ken is still a nice motherfucker now. Let's be honest. All right? He's still nice. Yeah. He's still a great father. He's still a great husband. He's still a great friend. Beyond all of the people that I've helped, beyond all of the money that I've made, beyond all of that, if you take all of that away, because this came to me years ago when I went bankrupt. I was this whiz kid on CNN, QVC, Home Shopping Network. I sold more product on QVC in 19 minutes than they sold that entire hour. I thought I was big shit. I was young. And I based my self-concept on what I did. And when all of that went away, when we went bankrupt, when the feds came and got all my computers, came and got all my desk and everything, my self-worth was tied to that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I was supposed to delete that last week.
Damn.
I just didn't say that the way you said it, but thank you. I've been looking for the words to tell these people, and you just put it in such an elegant way. Eloquent?
They both,
right?
They both work.
Yeah. Thank you for being, remember I told you, sometimes I don't have the to say things, I just let people figure it out or critique.
No.
Well, now, I'm going to take that, put that in my back pocket because it'll end up on my Instagram page. I'll credit you. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you got a big following. Just credit.
Yeah, I've been looking for
yeah,
to say it.
said that shit? Yeah.
So listen,
we go Hundo said it? Okay, yeah, that's my guy now.
Yeah, I'm really big on paying homage and showing where it came from, because we gotta make sure that we understand that we don't know it all, and the only way that we know so much is because we learn from each other, right?
I'm always
I always want to pay homage and respect to the source. That's just how I am. But go ahead, Aaron. I didn't mean to cut you off.
We'll just be faking and acting like stuff is there.
All of a sudden, it started acting like they created it. Like
Like this.
Can't do that. I don't want to do that.
So my question is this, and I don't even know if you ever even considered this, but like, do you think that that is an American thing, that we associate so much who we are with what we do? One more thing, two parts. And when it comes to men and women, that perception, who does it affect the most?
I think it is a cultural thing. And I think in America, we have, think about it, we have perpetuated this image of what success is. And it is money in the bag, which is all of that is great. Driving the nicest cars, and we got all the jewelry and stuff, and nothing wrong with any of that. Nothing wrong with any of that. But I think we have perpetuated that in our culture so that now kids, you got kids, they will rob people to get it. They will do, because this image means so much. Now, yes, I do think it's a cultural. The second thing was, your second question was what now?
Just how does it affect the sexes? Even when it comes to relationships, when it comes to a marriage,
True.
like do you think that when you apply that concept and those who rely on what they do and what they have as what makes them, who does that more, and I'll actually say more detrimentally, not even just affect people, like who does that affect more detrimentally?
Wow, that's a good question. From a dating perspective or a relationship perspective?
Whatever you think.
See, and the reason I say that is because let's think about it, y'all. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. If women did not exist, would men go try to buy Cullinan?
No.
Maybe not, I guess.
I would say 0.0001%.
Would men have a gold chain on if women did exist? Now, I want you to think about what I'm asking y'all. Would men try to, get their bodies right? I mean, would they? More than likely, no, because what we're doing is we know that women are attractive. Would you get, if just women were around, would you get your hair cut, nails done? Women,
Honestly,
you might. If it was just women, I don't know. Would you?
I feel like I would, but I was also thinking that about men because
yeah,
I think that even if women didn't exist, men low-key be competing with each other.
Men partner with each other more than compete with each other.
And I'm thinking that specifically when he asked about the cars, and I'm like, do they get cars for bitches, or do they have cars to say that they have a better car than the next man?
Listen,
right.
let me
But, my bad.
go ahead.
But to say I have a better car than the next man,
Bitches.
when you get
I was gonna say that. Yeah. I was gonna say it's more than bitches, dog.
In my thoughts, I was thinking that as well.
that nigga got a
I
Toyota.
didn't say nothing.
This is a Cullinan.
Right. It's more than bitches.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
To be honest, we probably would never. Let's be real. We built the Cullinan. We probably wouldn't even have built the shit.
You probably wouldn't have. Everybody got a pickup truck. I mean, we're going to go get the wood to build a house. I mean, and the reason I say that is because who does it hurt most is what your question was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it hurts us all.
Because of the effect.
Yeah, because of the effect. But I think it also helps us. I think it also helps us too. And you might say, well, how does it help us? I think it helps us bring out a part of us that maybe we didn't know was in us.